Did you know that every week is fight week? Well, that is of course if you have the time to scour the web to find them, or you could just come here every week to get your fix of regional indie MMA highlights, and that's exactly what we have for you yet again thanks to the legend Caposa who helps us curate these lists, so show him some support and go give him a follow on his Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman. What's going on everyone? It's the Casual, Lawton Vierkant, and this is Caposa's Corner. Kicking us off this week, we are going to Eagle FC in Russia for one fight that they actually partnered with AMC Fight Nights for. Here, we have a welterweight main event that sees EFC president and well-known Russian fighter Shamil Zavurov, who's sitting at an insane 40-6 record, and he's taking on Nariman Abbasov, who also has an insane record of 26-3 and is on an 11-fight win streak. This is gonna be a good one. Staying true to our first round finishes, we get a great highlight and almost a corner brawl. We can thank the legendary Khabib for keeping this one calm, but holy hell, Abbasov was putting the pressure on with this overhand right, and the ground and pound was just too much for Zavurov to escape. What a fantastic performance to start us off this week as Abbasov gains the win, improves his record to 27-3, and adds a notable name to his list. Now we're switching over to the Ukraine mixed fight promotion for one fight, and yeah, we're coming in hot this week with Caposa's KO of the week. This is another welterweight fight that has Pavel Pinzul with a 7-5-1 record, and he's up against Roman Belogurov, who has a 10-19 record and is on a 14-fight losing streak. Yikes, that's a lot of red. This fight actually almost had a double knockout with Roman and the ring girl, but she thankfully survives, and then we get to the real fight.
Вагова категорія 77 кілограмів, зовсім інший турнір. Це вже... Вот і все. Да. Вот. 4 секунди. 4 секунди.
Now, I don't speak Ukrainian, but I'm gonna assume those commentators said something like, damn, that was fast. Given the fact that Pinzul gets this knockout in just 4 seconds of the fight. And realistically, 4 seconds is including the slow motion fall. Just a beautiful low kick to a left hook, and this fight is over. What a performance by Pinzul as he gains the win, most likely set a record for fastest KO in this organization, and improves his record to 8-5-1. Up next, we are going to Real Extreme Fighting 40 in Romania for 2 fights. For the first, we have a welterweight matchup between Mihai Siompek, who is making his pro debut and in the red shorts, and he's taking on Paddy the Baddy's long-lost cousin Ion Petrov, who only has an 0-1 record and is in the green shorts. You get it? See the resemblance? Anyways, there's not much to say about this one, given the 10 seconds that this fight lasts.
Mihail Sârbu. Și iată-l pe moldovean, ce lovitură! Este terminat meciul. Cred că au fost 2 lovituri și...
An overhand right that leaves Siompek dazed and confused is all that it takes for Petrov to end this fight. We sadly only have this one angle, but what a great performance securing this win in just 10 seconds and improving his record to 1-1. For our second fight at RXF 40, we have a heavyweight bout between Ricardo Philip, making his pro debut, and his opponent Iancu Sterp, who is also making his pro debut. Here's a rare fight that actually makes it to the third and final round, and only 1 punch is thrown.
The third and final round of what I thought was going to be terrible, but it's actually quite entertaining. Iancu's driven there, it's a nice clean KO. That is it. Wow.
An overhand right so hard that it instantly knocks him out and slides him across the canvas. And I'm not sure why he thought about going in for more and push the ref, but thankfully no unnecessary damage was done. What a final round knockout from Sterp as he gets this win and makes one hell of a pro debut. Moving on, we're going to MMA Series 40 in Serbia for one fight. This one sadly has minimal footage and no audio, but we have a heavyweight matchup between Nikola Driljasa with a 4-2 record, and he's taking on Alexander Milovanovic, who is making his pro debut. That is one terrifying looking guy for only making his debut. This fight is just halfway through the first round and we get to witness a back fist. No, not a spinning back fist. Nikola just back fist the hell out of Alexander and then hammer fist his way to the stoppage. Oh, the things we see in regional heavyweight MMA. But fantastic knockout by Nikola as he gets the win and improves his record to 5-2. Next up, we have Titan FC 72 in Florida for one fight. Here, we have a flyweight bout between Nate Williams, who has a 31-21 record. That is a lot of fights. And he's fought in other organizations like LFA and Bellator in years past. And he's up against Christian Inastria, who only has a 6-3 record. Seems a little unbalanced, but okay.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
We are just over 1 minute into this final round, and I am also as confused as these announcers, so y'all can let me know what this submission is called.
Maybe attempting a straight arm or a shoulder lock, it looks like.
It was kind of like a Ty Kalisa was trying to solidify one of the arms just like this, but this is almost kind of like a crank position where it's like a full Nelson. See? And it's like a full Nelson.
A spine twister, a neck crank, a full Nelson, they've all been said, but I don't know. But what I do know is that it was sick and secures the win for Nate as he adds another win to his record, improving it to 32-21. Now we're heading over to Cage Fury Fighting Championships 100, also in Florida, for 3 fights. They were doing some work this weekend. For the first, we have a lightweight bout that has Dave Romano rocking the sick mullet.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I like to party.
And he's making his pro debut, and his opponent, Brandon Murphy, is also making his pro debut. Nearing the 1 minute mark of round 1, and this party is about to be over. And that's it indeed. Murphy coming in with the head kick so hard the block doesn't even matter, and then the single punch on the ground gets the stoppage. What a perfect head kick KO to secure Murphy this win and put a stamp on his pro debut. For our second fight at CFFC 100, we have a welterweight matchup that sees Brandon Lopez with a 3-2 record, and he's taking on Charles Radke, who has a 3-3 and actually competed in Bellator back in 2019. It's a battle of the tattoos as we're nearing the 1 minute mark into round 2, and Radke gets rocked by this overhand right, but we haven't had a good comeback story this week just yet, so let's fast forward 2.5 minutes and see what we get.
Go back and land another one of those.
Yeah, and conversely,
That's it. The left hand dropped him cold. That was it.
A jab feint to a left hook, and then a final devastating left while Lopez is on the ground, and this fight is over. Talk about a comeback. Radke survived the overhand and gained his composure after a few minutes, and then puts on this display to secure the win, improving his record to 4-3. For the third and final fight this week at CFFC 100, we have a lightweight fight between Ferraris Golden, who has a 3-1 record, and he's up against Paris Artis, who is sitting undefeated at 4-0. We've been lacking in great submissions this week, so hopefully this one will fix that as we're just past halfway in the third round and we get this.
Choke, this is it.
Oh my God, Biden is battling the hands. Golden trying
This
to pull
is
the hands
tight.
out of the
This
seat.
moves to the side. He's
Oh, he thought about it. He has the tap.
Oh my gosh.
An arm triangle secured from the bottom by Paris, and with no way out, he forces the tap, and this fight is over. What a great show as he keeps calm after the takedown, sneaks this in, and just shortly after gets the tap and the win, improving his record to 5-0 and remaining undefeated. For our last fight this week, we are going to CES MMA 64 in Connecticut for one fight. This one is a main event lightweight title fight for the vacant belt, and we see Ryan De La Cruz sitting at an 11-7 record, and actually he had one fight in Bellator back in 2018, and he's taking on current flyweight champion Matt Bassett, who you should recognize from his fights in Tough, the UFC, the Contender Series, as well as Bellator, and he has a 24-10 record. Matt is hungry for this belt because if he claims the lightweight gold, he will be the first double champ in CES history. Just over halfway through the third round, Matt is putting the pressure on, and once it goes to the ground and a few failed submissions like this rear naked and then the armbar, he secures this reverse triangle, and the only logical next step is the tap.
He's only got 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, he did! He gets the win!
What a performance and what a way to end this week. Bassett claims this win, becomes the lightweight champion, is the only double champ in this organization, and after his years of MMA, this was actually his final fight as he retires in the middle of the ring during his post-fight interview. Congratulations on your win, Matt, and one hell of a performance. Once again, we cannot do these videos without the help of Caposa, so show him some support by going to his Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman and giving him a follow, and you can also support him by going to his Patreon at patreon.com/Caposa. And also a huge thank you to all of these organizations for hosting these events year-round, and to the fighters, winners, and losers, and we will see you all on the next video. Peace!